All right, this is how you know the administration is in a panic. They are trying to be calm and presidential and rational and diplomatic, but it's not working when we read between the lines. Here's what happened. Pollsters went to Trump, advisors went to Trump over the last 24 to 48 hours, and they said, what is happening in Minnesota is blowing up. Your approval is taking a hit. Republicans are saying we need investigations. So Trump goes to Truth Social to try to clean up the optics. And he says, I had a very good call with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. We're on the same wavelength. Everything's good. I'm going to read the post for you in a second. But the gist here is pretend everybody's in agreement, declare success, and move on. But does anything actually change? That's the question. Here is Donald Trump's post. Quote, Governor Tim Walz called me with the request to work together with respect to Minnesota. It was a very good call, and we actually seem to be on a similar wavelength. I told Governor Walz that I would have Tom Homan call him and that we are looking for any and all criminals that they have in their possession. The governor very respectfully understood that, and I will be speaking to him in the near future. He was happy that Tom Homan was going to Minnesota, and so am I. We have had such tremendous success in Washington, D.C., Memphis, Tennessee, New Orleans, Louisiana, and virtually every other place that we have touched, and even in Minnesota. Crime is way down, but both Governor Walz and I want to make it better. President Donald J. Trump. But, here's an important but, nothing changes. Nothing changes at all. A reporter asked Caroline Leavitt during her press conference yesterday, she's the White House press secretary, can you explain the difference between your attack on Governor Tim Walz and Trump posting that Tim Walz is working with him and everything is great? And what she does is she says, Tim Walz is the reason we are where we are today, blaming Tim Walz for everything that has happened in Minneapolis. But the truth of this is Trump's favorability on immigration is now below 40%. That's why this is happening. And now Caroline's got to try to clean it up.
Back to the call with Governor Walz this morning, the president described it as respectful. He said we seem to be on a similar wavelength, but you had strong criticism for the governor and the Minneapolis mayor, Jacob Frey, just now. So could you explain the difference in tone between what the president had said in his True Social post and I think some of the criticisms that you just levied from the podium?
Fran, I think the criticisms that I laid out, I'm painting the picture for all of you in this room, are what led to the moment that we are in today, where Governor Walz and President Trump are having a conversation, a constructive and productive conversation to end the chaos and the lawlessness that has taken place in Governor Walz's state.
Understand that? Her thing is, well, my criticism of Walz was legit because everything he did, the lawlessness, etc., got us to where Walz got on the phone with Trump. And now Trump is fixing everything. Or to put it a different way, we blamed Walz. Now he's cooperating. So this is fine. And notice that she's blaming the governor for the shootings while saying Trump is now the calm adult in the room. The reality is the opposite. Trump is the one with the outrageous, unhinged, extreme deportation scheme. And it is Tim Walz and Jacob Frey as mayor of Minneapolis and other state and local officials who are now tasked with cleaning up this entire mess. And then comes the reshuffling. As I told you earlier, the administration is benching Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino. And Leavitt sort of throws Bovino under the bus and says, well, he's a wonderful guy, but Tom Homan is in, Bovino is out.
Going to Minnesota, is Gregory Bovino also going to remain in Minnesota overseeing these ICE operations?
Mr. Bovino is a wonderful man, and he's a great professional. He is going to very much continue to lead Customs and Border Patrol throughout and across the country. Mr. Homan will be the main point of contact on the ground in Minneapolis.
Let me put it a different way. You will not hear from or see Bovino again once we get him out of Minneapolis, and he will be put riding a desk or blah, blah, blah. Basically trying to sound like this is a mere staffing change of no real political consequence. But of course, that is exactly what it is. Bovino has been an absolute fiasco. So listen, this is a real problem for the administration. This is quickly becoming an important scandal that is now, as we are just months from the midterm elections, potentially going to be part of Republicans losing the House of Representatives, and conservative media is starting to say this is a debacle. Even if they generally agree with the policy, they're saying the way it's being carried out is a problem. The polling is sliding. Republican lawmakers are saying this is going to screw us in November. And you've got tech leaders and business groups that are saying this is not good for our businesses. Whatever they believe personally and ethically and morally, they are acknowledging that this is bad for business as well. So this is not the story Trump wanted on immigration. He wanted strongman optics. He wanted to appear successful. Instead, he got protests, killings, lawsuits, and a complete and total public relations meltdown. And the Walls post shows the real Trump. There is no policy change. It is just a question of acting as though everybody's being deferential. Everybody respects Trump. Everybody's willing to work with Trump. He'll throw someone under the bus, say Walls has come to the table, and hope that the news cycle moves on. But I would be shocked if any of the policy changes. And now, even further, the daily, or not daily, what were supposed to be daily press briefings with Caroline Leavitt, they are occasional press briefings, are turning disastrous for her. And we should do a little bit of a deep dive there. If you care about accessing the full internet, like content not normally available where you live, private internet access is the best tool for it. Our sponsor, PIA, is the only VPN fully optimized for fast downloads and streaming, even in 4K. Choose from high-speed servers in all 50 US states and 91 countries, so you can access content that is blocked in your location, like on the web, on Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, or news sites around the world. I use PIA to watch Argentinian soccer and free BBC shows only available online to people who live in the UK. It's great. PIA also supports super fast peer-to-peer file sharing, which many VPNs will throttle or block. And my favorite thing that sets PIA apart is their policy of never logging your online activity, and they can prove it in multiple ways. Setup is simple. Open the app, pick a location, you're connected. You can run it on unlimited devices with a single subscription. Get 83% off, just $203 a month, plus 4 extra months free at piavpn.com/Pacman. The link is in the description.